this meeting to order. If you're able, will you please stand with us as we take a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is patron concerns, and no one has signed up tonight, so next we'll move on to recognition. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. We actually have two groups here with us tonight, so welcome everyone. We're glad you're here. The first group tonight that I would like to recognize is the Student Think Tank. If you guys want to go ahead and stand up. Our Student Think Tank are the representatives from each of our high schools who meet with me typically 4 times a year. If we have a really productive year, every now and then we've met 5 times a year, but I think this year we've just met 4. And they always provide me with their unique perspective from their lens as students in our school district about a variety of topics. Sometimes they're school specific, more often they are district level topics that I'm putting in front of them and asking about, you know, their viewpoint and how, if we're making decisions, how they might think it could impact them as students. And I always appreciate their candid feedback and honesty. As an example, tonight we had a short conversation before this meeting about the changes in the wireless device policy starting next school year, and just talking with them about any concerns they have, what we need to be thinking about, what that could look like, what secure storage means, and as we as a board are working on updating that policy, I will definitely share their thoughts with the board. So that's just an example of something we spoke about this evening. So first, I would just like to recognize each of them, and they're actually going to line up over here, and then we are going to honor our seniors as well. So with us tonight from Boonville High School, Jackson Tiemann. 11th grader. From Boonville High School, 12th grader Maggie Barr. From Castle High School, 11th grader Miriam Jones, otherwise known as MJ to us. From Castle High School, 11th grader Colin Pillsbury. From Castle High School, 12th grader Callie Hanna. 12th grader Leslie Jacobs. 12th grader Lena Rice. From WPCC, Sophie Ulrey, 12th grader. And from Tecumseh High School with us tonight, 10th grader Desi Potts. Thank you all for your time. These are all very busy students. They are involved with a lot of different things, a lot of different areas at their schools, and I just appreciate that they always make time to come and meet with me. So let's give them a round of applause. I would also like to tonight to give our seniors, you're welcome to stay standing. I would like to give our seniors their cords that they get to wear at graduation. So just to show distinction since they've been part of this group. So I'd like to give those to our seniors as well.
Whoa.
Yeah, you got a handshake. It's all right there. You can't leave without a handshake.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Thank you for your work.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I just really quickly wanted the seniors to just tell us quickly what their plans are.
Okay,
Before
right.
they leave. Yes.
Hi, I'm Cal Hanna. Once I graduate high school, I go to Castle right now, but when I graduate, I am committed to IU, and I'm going to be majoring in biology with a concentration in genetics.
Very good.
My name is Maggie Barr. I'm a senior at Boonville High School. I am going to Ole Miss, and I am majoring in nursing.
I'm Leslie Jacobs. I go to Castle High School. I'm going to go to the University of Kentucky and study kinesiology.
I'm Lena Rice. I go to Castle. I'm going to DePaul University in the fall to major in kinesiology.
My name's Sophie Ulrey. I go to Boonville High School. I'm going to Ivy Tech to major in nursing.
Good. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. You guys may be seated.
You want to shake
Oh,
your
they
hands?
want to shake your hands too.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
wanna shake your
I'm
hands,
so sorry.
too.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much. Good job. Thank you. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being involved.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Give them another round of applause. Let's give them another round of applause.
All right.
And best of luck to our seniors. Thank you.
Our second group tonight is our Castle High School show choirs, and I would like to introduce Mr. Brian Adcock, who's going to tell us a little bit more about their fantastic season they had this year.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Adcock, the Director of Choirs at Castle High School. I'm here tonight with members of the Castle Show Choir Student Leadership Team to acknowledge the success our students experienced this competition season, which ended last month, and to thank you for the vital role that you played in making it possible. This has been a year of tremendous change in our program with a new choreographer, a new show, looks, feel, and style, and fully renovated rehearsal spaces. But what has not changed is the passion our students display day in and day out, and their commitment to rising to the level of expectations set for them, and not only meeting, but exceeding them each and every time. I would like to thank Dr. Redmond, Mr. Armstrong, Mr. Hood, and this board for their demonstrated commitment to the arts. The investment in our new facilities has already paid dividends on a scale that is difficult to calculate. Our students feel part of something special every time they walk in, and every parent, CHS staff member, and choral program alumni that walk in are blown away by what they see and hear. To have a choir wing like we have now is a tremendous source of pride and is setting up our program for long-term growth. I cannot thank our administration and this board enough for believing in our students. I would now like to introduce our two student presidents, Kieran Counts and Faith Warner, who would each briefly like to address the board about their successful season.
Hi, my name is Faith Warner, and I have had the privilege of being the KS president this year. With so many changes, I got to help build a foundation for the future years of this program that will continue to support their trajectory of success. This competition season, we placed second at 3 comps, first at 1 comp, and overall third in the state, which is the highest that we've placed in my years of being in KS. We wouldn't have been able to do this without the support and the funding we received from you all. The renovations gave us new opportunities that we didn't have before to not only better ourselves as individual performers, but as a whole, and have resources that compare to the schools we are up against. Because of the success from this program this year, we have gained so much interest in our program and support from our school. We have accomplished a lot this year, but it wouldn't have been possible without the help we received from you, so thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Kieran Counts, and I'm the president of our Univoice group, the Nightingales. Our awards are very similar to KS's. We've won Grand Champion, had numerous solo comp winners, and it's been a great season. I just wanted to come up here and tell you how grateful we are for the new facilities we have. They have helped our group in so many different ways. I act as Mr. A's TA this year, and I've spent many hours in that room, specifically in the storage room, and having been able to organize our many costumes. And I could not be more blessed to have been given that gift for my senior year. This new space has given us the opportunity to improve by being able to watch ourselves in the beautiful mirrors and to have the space to grow as a group and as people. We've had many meetings in the boardroom, sweat consistently in the dance studio, and made beautiful music together in the choir room. To have that opportunity is something we will forever be grateful for. You have given us a gift to leave our legacy and our mark with the Castle Choirs program, as well as given the future generations greater opportunity to improve as a whole. And for all that, we have to say thank you.
Thank you.
Would you mind introducing? I know there's some other a couple of other members here. Would you mind introducing them? And then you guys can come forward and shake hands as
So
well.
these are all leaders in various roles, but if you guys want to stand up, I will introduce the rest. So we have Sable Olivas, Connor Imes, Faith, you met, Adeline Garrett. Those are all seniors here. And then Colin is doing double duty tonight. He's the lone junior in the group. So this is just a small sampling of the kids that help propel us. So.
And one last thing, if you wouldn't mind saying again, just for the board, because the real reason we asked you to come tonight is because of your performance at the state level. And could you just outline that for the group one more time?
Sure. So both groups were very successful at the ISSMA state finals tonight. And last month, it feels like it was 5 minutes ago. Last month. Overall, some of the highest placements that they've had. They selected the top 8 mixed and the top 8 univoice groups. We had to qualify through a long season of invitationals, meeting minimum scores. And they introduced, it's different if you've been to marching band state finals, they announce everyone's placements. But they just introduced the bottom 4 as state finalists, but they call out the top 4 by name and introduce their place. So our univoice group, the Nightingales, were 4th place in the state. The mixed group, the Night Sensations, were 3rd place in the state. And these are schools, again, like you hear in so many other things, that are 2 to 3 times our size. So these students really rose to the challenge.
Congratulations.
Great work.
Good job. So good. So proud of you. Good job. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Oh, again. Good job. Thank you.
And you get another year to do it. Awesome. Nice job. Thank you so much.
Next agenda item, consideration of routine business. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. The routine business this evening includes approving the minutes of the school board meeting held on March 16, 2026, and approving the claims and signing the docket. I recommend the board approve the routine items as presented.
Motion approved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Mosby, seconded by Mr. Eigner to approve routine business. We have any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Agenda item 7, consideration of items for board action. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. Dr. Walter Lambert has brought to the board the updated 2026-2027 elementary school student handbook for consideration and approval. And just as a reminder, Dr. Lambert outlined the changes that were made in the cover letter. They included small things like putting in the new calendar, updating, I think, a URL link, and updating any policies that have changed between last year's printing of the agenda book and this upcoming printing. So all of those things will be changed and reflected by the time we get to print. So with that, I recommend the board approve the handbook as presented.
I make a motion that we approve the handbook as presented.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Wilhelmus, seconded by Mr. France. Is there any discussion?
Not pertinent to approving this one, but just curious, looking at the calendar, when does the following year calendar, when does that usually happen? 27, 28?
I think last year we brought that to a May meeting. Sometimes we bring it in summer.
Okay.
We have a calendar ready, and we just wanted to make sure our our teacher group was able to review that and provide some feedback. And we have that on the work session agenda ready for discussion for the board before we bring that in for vote.
Okay.
And that will be the 27-28 calendar.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Okay, no other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Agenda item 7.2, approved donations.
Mrs. Glover, we have several donations tonight. Starting with Elberfeld Elementary, the Elberfeld Parents and Teachers Supporting Students Group would like to donate $2,400 for class field trips and $1,600 to assist with purchasing student computer programs such as Quaver and Achieve. We have 3 $500 donations from the Sons of the American Legion to pay for past due lunch balances. One of those donations for $500 is Sharon Elementary. We have a second at Newburgh Elementary and a third at John H. Castle Elementary, all $500 donations. To the Warwick County School Corporation, we have a $7,320 donation from the Erie Canal Beagle Club members. Funds will be used for benefiting the Warwick County School Corporation ABS classrooms, which serve our students with autism. And at Tecumseh High School, we have a $500 donation from Greer Township trustees to be used for the backpack food program. I recommend the board approve all donations as presented.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion to approve donations by Mr. Baker, seconded by Mr. Skinner. Is there any discussion? I would like the Beagle Club members to come in and do a little presentation with their puppies. I like
We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do.
I won't vote for that.
Those of us who've had beagles, or neighbors of beagles.
The amount, $7,320 is very specific. Do you know what it's going towards specifically, or was it?
They just asked that it would in some way support any of the programming that occurs. So that could be for really anything, supplies, resources, materials.
Okay.
They just wanted it specifically to go toward those classrooms in our district.
Okay.
And I believe that the number is simply due to a fundraiser they held
Okay.
or donations they accepted. It was something of that nature, Andrew.
It's great. Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah.
Okay, I'm calling for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Next agenda item, consideration of personnel recommendations. Dr. Gresham.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. The Human Resource Office has the following business to bring before the board tonight. Agenda item 8.1, certified staff hires. Allison Gansman, English teacher at Castle North Middle School for 26-27 school year, and Elizabeth Bailey, science teacher at Castle South Middle School for the 26-27 school year. And the following non-certified staff: Kayla Smith, program assistant at Chandler Elementary; Caitlin Savoy, program assistant at Castle High; Kristen Sterkland, clerical aide at Sharon Elementary for 26-27 school year; Samantha Blackburn, secretary at Castle North Middle School for the 26-27 school year; Ian Studeville, full-time custodian at Boonville Middle; David Cotton, multi-responsibility position; Jamie Linder, multi-responsibility position; and Dinah Myers, cafeteria float.
Motion to approve certified and non-certified staff.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. France, seconded by Mrs. Wilhelmus. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you very much. Agenda item 8.2, I'm asking for the termination of Tara Ashley, a full-time custodian at Oakdale Elementary School, with a termination effective date of April 9th, 2026.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Mosby to terminate Ms. Ashley as a full-time custodian, seconded by Mr. Eigner. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Agenda item 8.3, leaves. Brian Kelly Allen, program assistant. Allison Zint, an ABS program assistant at Yankeetown Elementary. Stephen Michaels, custodian at Oakdale Elementary. Thomas Jones, science teacher at WEC. Kaylin Gore, homeschool advisor at Logue Elementary. Stephen Hess, a bus aide. Kara Payne, program assistant at Castle North Middle. And Tricia Finger, program assistant at Logue Elementary.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve leaves by Mr. Skinner, seconded by Mr. Baker. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you very much. Agenda item 8.4, consideration of position change. In your board packet, you will find a letter from me requesting a position change. This position change has been discussed at the Personnel, Custodial, and Food and Nutrition Committee, and the committee approves of the change and would like the full board to take action. So this position change is for Judy Seib, from special education secretary to special education data purchasing and grant coordinator.
Motion to approve. Second.
A motion by Mr. Mosby to make this position change for Ms. Seib, seconded by Mr. France. Is there any discussion? How many hats does she have to switch off and on during the day?
Well, hopefully it'll be a little bit less now that we're making this position change.
Excellent. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. Agenda item 8.5, report of transfers. April Buxton, science teacher at Castle South Middle to science teacher at Boonville Middle for 26-27 school year. Nicole Fessner, 4.75-hour cafeteria position at Castle North to 4.25-hour cafeteria position at Logue Elementary. Phyllis Wyatt, full-time custodian at Castle North to full-time custodian at Castle South. Robin Sievers, special education teacher at John H. Castle to special education teacher at Castle South Middle. Marla Wilson, special education teacher at Warwick Education Center to special education teacher at Chandler Elementary, both of those 26-27 school year. Nancy Bursack, special education teacher at Newburgh Elementary to special education teacher at John H. Castle Elementary for 26-27 school year. Emily Monday, special education teacher at Castle South to special education teacher at Castle High for 26-27 school year. Jessica Spooner, a special education teacher from Linville and Logue, a split position to special education teacher at Logue for 26-27 school year. And Cecilia Susit, a special education teacher, also split between Newburgh Elementary and Yankeetown Elementary to special education teacher at Newburgh Elementary for 26-27 school year.
Dr. Gresham, could you just briefly, just because we have so many special ed moves, could you just, for the good of the audience and maybe anybody who's watching, explain the process or really why we're moving so many special ed positions around?
So,
due to
and
numbers?
the cases are different in different situations. So, for instance, the split positions that we have between Linville and Logue and Yankeetown and Newburgh were added just this past school year based on numbers. The LD numbers in all four of those buildings dictated that they each needed some more help, not a full-time position, but they needed at least a half-time position. Now, looking at the LD numbers again in those situations, it's not necessary to have those positions in all four of those buildings. So that creates what we call an excess situation. And so those teachers, they're hired full-time, they need to go somewhere, and of course, we always have open special education positions. So we looked for, in the case of the one who was at Logue and Linville, that LD position wasn't needed anymore, but we're creating a new ABS classroom at Logue. So that was a natural place for the teacher who had been at Logue anyway this year for half day to go to. In the other situation, at the Yankeetown Newburgh, we had an excess teacher situation because that position isn't needed anymore. So we offer voluntary transfers to anybody in those buildings that wants to transfer to our open special education positions. And in this case, the voluntary transfer selected a position that was open at Castle Elementary. So that affected two of these that I just announced. The one at Newburgh who voluntarily went to Castle Elementary, and then the one who was split between the two buildings who will now be at Newburgh Elementary. Similar type of situations happen with others where at WEC, under Mrs. Kemp's guidance, they don't need a special education teacher. She would rather have a science or a math teacher to support the students at WEC. The special education needs can be supported with the teachers that she already has in her building. So the special education teacher needed to go somewhere. What else do we have?
Really, I thank you. Like,
Okay, is that enough?
Yeah, the
Okay.
specificity was good.
Okay, so we
I
have
really
X.
just wanted
Okay.
people to understand
Yeah.
that we are constantly looking at our student numbers and we staff accordingly. And so just for whatever reason this year, our special ed numbers are proving to have changed a little bit, or we maybe have retirements, whatever the case may be, and that is the cause for so many of these special ed teachers getting moved around. We continually monitor those numbers. Mrs. Wagner and her team do so, and along with Dr. Gresham. So over the course of a year, if we have more special ed students enroll and it would cause us to need to hire somebody later, we will certainly do that at that time. But right now, our numbers indicated that we needed some changes to be made, and that resulted in all these moves.
So
I
we
had
have
a
all
visual.
positions filled for special ed right now?
No, we have 5 special ed positions that have been posted, were posted
okay.
last week and are still posted.
Okay.
And so we'll be doing some interviews and filling those positions soon.
I had a visual of a whiteboard with magnets this year.
It is a puzzle sometimes.
It is, and as in the case with other positions, our special education teachers have different licensing that covers different areas. So that's part of the puzzle as well, is who can fit this area, who fits this area, you know, who is hired in this position and can go to this position. So it is a puzzle. But we work hard to make those pieces fit to the betterment of the students and fiscally responsible to the taxpayers.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bravo.
Dr. Gresham.
Agenda item 8.6, report of early returns. Amanda Smith, English teacher at Castle South. Raylan Pullum, nurse at Boonville High and Logue Elementary. And Corey Eibelt, second grade teacher at Sharon Elementary, have all filed appropriate paperwork to return early from previously approved leaves. Agenda item 8.7, resignations. Megan Crawford, choir vocal music teacher at Boonville High School and Boonville Middle School. Resignation effective March 31st, 2026. Janine Downen, 3.75-hour cafeteria position at Chandler Elementary. Resignation effective March 18th, 2026. Morgan Greenwell, nurse at Castle High School. Resignation effective March 18th, 2026. Myra Dickerson, program assistant at WEC. Resignation effective March 20th, 2026. Macy Strom, second grade teacher at Logue Elementary. Resignation effective May 21st, 2026. Lucretia Fushner, 6.5-hour cafeteria position at John H. Castle Elementary. Resignation effective March 18, 2026. Melissa Millsap, part-time custodian at Boonville High. Resignation effective April 6, 2026. And Wayne Borden, full-time custodian at Tinson Elementary School. Resignation effective May 20th, 26. And 8.8 retirements. Angela Cluck, business teacher at Castle High, retirement effective May 21, 2026. Sheila Summers, secretary at Castle North, retirement effective June 1st, 2026. Alan Collins, math teacher at Boonville High, retirement effective May 21st, 2026. Thomas Jones, science teacher at WEC, retirement effective May 21st, 2026. And John Bertram, principal at Castle North Middle School, retirement effective June 5th, 2026.
Thank you, Dr. Gresham. Our next agenda item is reports. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you go to,
No, you're correct. You're correct.
okay.
Reports, yes, we have 2 reports tonight. The first one will come from Dr. Gresham.
Thank you. We've actually had 2 committee meetings since the last time I gave a report. On March 16th, the committee met, and one of the big agenda items was the position change that you voted for in agenda item 8.4, so thank you for that. We had a thorough discussion comparing the 2 job descriptions of what Mrs. Seib had been hired for and then what she's currently doing, the job that has grown over the last 4 or 5 years. And so I appreciate your support in that area. And then the new position of a preschool instructor. We went through with the committee of our preschool instructors, if we are successful, and we hope we are, at opening up preschool beyond the students that we've served so far. The person that will be leading that, we have a position that we're brand new creating called preschool instructor. So those were the 2 items that we went through at that meeting. And then earlier this evening, we met and had a few agenda items. The first was the USI Teacher Fair. Myself, Ryan Frazier, assistant principal at Castle South Middle School, and Kayla Russell, assistant principal at John H. Castle Elementary School. We're out at USI for 2.5 hours earlier today, meeting with the students that we're going to be graduating this year from USI in education, and just trying to sell Warwick County to them. Met with a lot of elementary education majors, special education majors, and a few secondary as well. So we were just out there trying to recruit and get those people to apply to our positions. Also discussed tonight, told the committee about how we do round robin interviews at the elementary level sometimes to try to keep those people from having to go to 20 different interviews with all the different positions that open up. Round robin has been used very successfully in the past to get a lot of elementary education candidates in front of all the principals in one fell swoop. And then explained the principal hire process that we currently use, which is a very expansive process compared to what it was 6 or 10 years ago here in Warwick County. Went through all the steps that we go through, meeting with staff, meeting with parents, collecting feedback from all groups, and then the 3 rounds of interviews, what takes place in each round, who's involved in each round, in order to provide the best feedback we can so that Dr. Redmond can make an excellent choice every time we hire a principal.
No pressure, right? Thank you, Dr. Gresham. Our second report tonight comes from Mr. Todd Armstrong.
it's kind of hard to give a report for the construction committee without sounding like I'm reading a list, but first off, we have our construction committee meeting tomorrow. So a lot of the things that we're going to talk about tonight, we go into much more detail in the meetings. First, our committee it's called the construction committee, but we review construction, maintenance, technology, sports facilities. It's everything that encompasses the properties of the school corporation, if you will. Right now, we've got construction projects. We've accepted bids on some. We've got several out to bid. We've got projects opening bids later this week. We've got bids opening next week. We've got roofing work being prepared to be done, HVAC, plumbing, classroom renovations, painting, paving, sports facilities. We're in the process of renewing our property and casualty insurance right now. If you guys remember, 2 years ago, we were removed from coverage by the vendor, and it took us till the 28th of June for the July 1 coverage to work an agreement with the company. At this point, they appear to be happily maintaining our insurance even after Dr. Redmond burned down a building.
This is what I deal with every day.
Shame, shame.
Oh my God. You're so in trouble for that.
It's kind of true. Also, we're going to begin, and I know it sounds funny because it's April, but we'll begin planning for our capital projects work, even though we've got all this stuff happening. It's all going to take place now through the end of the summer, and I say the end of the summer, after our pre-bid meetings and talking to contractors. No one believes they can get the work done in the time frame we expect it to get completed. Everybody's asking to start early and stay late. But we're going to begin planning for next year's projects. So we've got all that forthcoming over the next few months. And the work won't stop. And we've got something happening in almost every building, whether it be intercom replacements or, carpeting throughout one hallway of the building, or ceiling tile replacements, or scoreboard lights, or, whatever it might be. But it's pretty much every building in the corporation. We finally settle down usually in August and September and start working on the budget and how we're going to pay for everything. So, any questions?
Is that when you'll have your capital fund project presentation
Yes,
during
in
the budget?
1st of August, I'll prepare and present the capital projects plan. Mhm.
Speaking of WEC, I've seen construction going on. Just tell me where are they at on that?
It is currently ahead of schedule. They have been fortunate. They've had good weather, and everything that they needed to do, they had the materials, et cetera. They've stacked it with plenty of workers, so we've been moving forth very quickly. They're now getting to the point where some of the things they need are not quite here, so it's probably going to slow down a little bit. But according to our schedule, they're slightly ahead. So the anticipation is that we will open that building for preschool by August the 2nd.
This is something that probably would come up more in committee, but it's just something, it's on my mind, for contracts you have coming up and maybe, material, but certainly for the board to contemplate would be, and it's not anything that you guys wouldn't have already probably thought about, but gas prices. So some of the contracts we have, and other, even actually with the state, there's a certain division we work with, and I think they suspended some state taxes, and so just something maybe for us to be mindful of with contractors and very volatile steel prices and things like that. I know we already have provisions in our contracts, but just something to think about when they're being this volatile.
You're exactly right. Unfortunately, before the gas prices really started to rocket on us, we did pretty much fill every fuel tank we own. So we had many, many thousands of gallons of fuel for ourselves, but when you're operating large equipment or trash trucks or
Yeah.
anything like that, the fuel price definitely comes into play. And then, you know, there's legislative rules. I mean, we've got software agreements that we've had in place for years, 12, 14% increases.
Yeah.
And they're relating it to things that they can't control.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, next year, I mean, January 1, something we can't control, the state of Indiana passed that the contribution to turf will go up 1%. Now, you say 1%, but it's 1% of all of our certified salaries, which is close to $50 million. So we're talking close to $500,000 of increase in guaranteed expense that we don't have any say in it taking place. So,
So our contractors have pass-throughs, that if the fuel price goes up, we're paying that.
yeah, we have escalations for the bus contractors.
How's that work with our budget? I mean, does our budget have room to, because obviously you've budgeted an amount.
Yes, I budget for an escalation, so, I mean, we've got, now,
You had this all figured out.
He knew it was coming.
it's not that I could have predicted it, but, no, I budget for the worst-case scenarios most of the time, so, I mean, yes, we always budget for an escalation, and when we don't have one, we've got a little extra money to spend on something else.
Do we have a fuel contract with somebody that provides our fuel at a guaranteed rate?
Yeah, we bid fuel.
Yeah.
We used to bid our natural gas as well. In fact, we would buy futures. We stopped doing that a few years back, but those are some of the things that are gonna come back into play. But our fuel prices, I mean, we bid that out once a year, and so we have a certain sense above the market price that we buy for at the time we buy. When we bought, we were still under $3 a gallon, so we stocked our tanks pretty well, but it's not, it's like a 2-month supply. So it won't last too long, and we'll start feeling the hit on those prices.
Yeah, the only thing I would think is just, because you have a lot of different contracts coming up and maybe even some smaller contractors, just make sure in those pre-bids, they are understanding, the boundaries of what they're bidding, right? We wouldn't want somebody to come in blind and not know, in some cases, hey, this is all on you, right? As a bidder, you need to think about that,
Yeah,
just.
because if you remembered, a couple years ago, Cliff will remember, we ordered buses in 2021, and they didn't come in 2021, and they didn't come in 2022. And there at the beginning of 2023, they said, we're ready to manufacture your buses for $8,000 more each than what we bid them.
Yeah.
I mean, we had contracts in place, and the fact of the matter is we needed the buses more than anything, so,
Yeah.
I mean, Cliff wrote a really nice letter agreeing to pay the extra dollars, but we reserved the right to get that money back someday.
Right.
So, as any
Yeah.
good attorney would do.
Yeah.
So, anything else?
Thank you. Mrs. Glover, I had just a couple of announcements also. We were able to recognize some of our very talented students this evening. And if you are interested in attending any of our other student musicals or plays or other things that are coming up in the next coming weeks, here are a few that you might consider. This week, Tecumseh High School Spring Musical, Alice in Wonderland Junior, is running April 16th through 18th at 7 o'clock, and then on Sunday, April 19th at 2 o'clock. Castle High School this week is performing Radium Girls, and that will be April 16th and 17th at 7 o'clock. And then I just wanted to share, I had the pleasure of meeting with a Boonville Middle School student today. Her name is Willow Brown, and I don't know if the board remembers, but Boonville Middle School does a project in their 8th grade honors courses called Be the Change. This year, Willow's project is on how does poverty impact students' opportunities for education. So the students basically have to research a topic and then provide a slide deck and a presentation explaining the issue, and then they have to coordinate some sort of effort or response to the issue. And what Willow did today was presented all of her research to me about how poverty could impact students' opportunities, and then shared with me that her response to her issue is collecting school supplies to donate to schools in need. So she left me with some flyers. You have those at your seats if you are interested in donating toward Willow's project. She will gladly accept those at Boonville Middle, or if you get them to our office, we can get them to Boonville Middle. So I just wanted to share that. And that, the Be the Change evening at BMS is in the cafeteria it's a couple weeks out, but May 6th, 5:30 to 6:30. And that's where all of the students will have their presentations lined up, and you can walk through, and it's usually very crowded, but you can walk through and they'll explain their projects and interact with you and share their research and talk about the project that they came up with. So that's all I have.
Any other board business?
Our next policy meeting will be May 11th at 5:45 here in this building. And I want to thank the student think tank for talking about the new cell phone policy.
Yes.
We discussed that tonight in our policy committee. And I'd love to hear what they had
Yes.
to recommend or share. Maybe they could come to our next policy meeting
Yes.
and work with us. But that was very insightful. And also, we have a student growth and learning at 7:30 at the admin building, and I need the date. Mrs. Wagner or Mr. Fisher?
I think they're looking.
Seems like April 26th or 29th, but I hate to.
29.
29th?
Yep.
Thank you. April 29th.
Is that right? At 7:30?
7:30 at the admin office. And that's all I have, thank you.
And Construction Committee, as stated previously, we have a meeting tomorrow morning at 7:30 at the Administration Building, and then on May the 11th, the Personnel Committee will be meeting right here in this building at 6:15.
Our next board meeting is April 27th, 7 o'clock here at the admin building. And then we have our spring regional on April 20th. I hope that all can be there, represent our region. Go Warwick.
We always have a great turnout.
So, with no other business, meeting's adjourned.